What if you lived 50 years in the future? Imagine waking up one quiet morning in the year 2075. The world around you is almost unrecognizable. Everything, from how you live, work, and move, to how you experience life itself, has been reshaped by ultra-advanced technologies and the long-term consequences of choices humanity once ignored. You wake up in a smart apartment. There's no alarm clock, no blaring sounds, just a soft stream of sunlight filtered through UV-protected glass as your AI-controlled curtains open based on your biological rhythms. Your home, more precisely, the AI managing it, knows the optimal time to wake you, based on your heart rate and brain activity. You're awakened gently, without rush. Outside, the streets are quiet. No engines, no honking, no smog. All vehicles are electric and self-driving, gliding silently like they're floating. Above, personal drones buzz through organized aerial traffic routes, avoiding each other with millisecond precision through real-time algorithms. Traffic lights? Obsolete. Every step, every movement you make is scanned, categorized, and calculated to ensure the entire system runs smoothly, almost perfectly. The air is clean, the skies are blue, the streets are free of waste and noise. You think, this is the future humanity dreamed of. But then, you begin to notice something else. You step into a cafe. A biometric scanner recognizes you. A screen suggests your favorite drink, reminds you of your upcoming meetings, and warns that you've had too much caffeine this week. Everything knows you, understands you, but also tracks your every move. Privacy? A relic of the past. Every glance, every tap, every breath leaves a trace. Security is nearly absolute, but the price is steep. Your personal freedom quietly erodes with each technological upgrade. You are cared for, served, and protected, but also monitored, analyzed, and quietly controlled. The smart city around you is a living machine, and you? You're just one optimized cog in a vast, efficient system. And then you realize, this clean, safe, beautiful place isn't for everyone. Those who can't keep up with the tech, who aren't granted access to the system, or who simply choose to live differently, are left behind, or pushed to the fringes of a world they helped build. By 2075, the human body is more than biology. It's a platform for technology. You carry no phone, no wallet, no gadgets. Everything is inside you, silently, seamlessly, and almost permanently. A neural interface beneath your scalp connects directly to your brain. Think about unlocking your door, and it verifies your identity with unique brainwaves. Want to video call a friend? Just blink in a specific pattern, and their face appears in your smart contact lenses. No screens. No hand gestures. No limits. People with disabilities are no longer confined by their bodies. Mind-controlled prosthetics let them run, jump, even compete in extreme sports. Seniors have implants that regulate circulation, regenerate cells, and add decades to their lifespan. Meanwhile, the young and healthy aren't satisfied with maintenance. They want upgrades. Like modding a video game character, they enhance memory, sharpen night vision, and connect to the web without any device. But as tech infiltrates every cell, every nerve, and every thought, one question lingers. Are you still you, or are you a programmed version of yourself? Is your memory real, or just backed up data? Are your emotions natural, or chemical responses triggered by embedded chips? And if you replace your eyes, your arms, your heart, even your brain, at what point do you stop being human? Technology may let us transcend biology, but it also blurs the fragile line between man and machine. In 2075, when humanity isn't just surviving but customizing life itself, the hardest thing to hold on to might be your very humanity. By 2075, Earth won't look like the place you once knew. Everything depends on what humanity did, or failed to do, in the decades leading up to now. And the world you're living in could be one of two extremes: a reinvented paradise or a self-made apocalypse. If we succeeded in curbing climate change, the scene before you would be breathtaking. Floating cities powered by wind, sun, and sea. Artificial forests that not only produce oxygen, but absorb carbon like massive biological lungs. Giant atmospheric filters suspended in the stratosphere, purifying the air and keeping the skies clear as crystal. Imagine waking up on a morning in the year 2075. You brew yourself a cup of coffee, or simply instruct your coffee machine to scan your mood and select the perfect flavor. Your schedule, news updates, and daily goals appear instantly on the surface of your kitchen table, thanks to the smart interface integrated into your contact lenses. But then you pause. There's no office to go to, no looming deadlines, no coworkers sitting nearby. In fact, there's no job in the traditional sense you once knew. Because by 2075, you might not be working anymore. Or at least not in the way the 20th and 21st centuries defined a career. Technology has replaced most traditional occupations. Anything involving calculation, data processing, or procedural logic, accounting, diagnostics, legal advice, engineering design, AI now handles faster, more accurately, and tirelessly. Robotic production systems self-optimize without human oversight. AI in the legal field can search millions of pages of law and offer solutions in seconds. There are no more bank tellers because digital currencies and smart contracts have taken over all transactions. No more traditional teachers. Students now learn through virtual reality platforms with lessons personalized to their heart rate and brainwaves. In this world, people focus on what machines still can't do perfectly: creating art, exploring foundational science, developing emotions, caring for others, building communities, healing minds, nurturing souls. You might become a storyteller of emotions, a designer of immersive virtual experiences, or an architect of digital worlds, where living, working, and leisure spaces are programmed to match your inner state. Artists, musicians, meditation coaches, and emotional healers become essential in a world where survival is no longer the struggle, meaning is. But there's a darker side to this future. When AI and machines take over most production, humanity generates more wealth than ever, but needs fewer people to do it. The real issue is no longer money, but access to technology. Those with access to the high-tech ecosystem, AI-based education, smart assistants, cognitive-enhancing implants, advance further, live better, and control more. Those left behind, due to lack of resources or simply being excluded from the new value chain, must fight to find relevance in a society that no longer needs their old skill sets. While some people live in smart apartments, composing poems for AI musicians to turn into symphonies, others stand in line at basic resource centers where everything is free, but no one talks about the future. You no longer work to survive, but do you still have the drive to live, to create, to matter? When every material need is fulfilled, a larger question emerges. What do I exist for? Who am I when my job no longer defines me? In the year 2075, the world may no longer require you to work, but it will demand that you know how to live with yourself. There won't be easy answers. No single version of the future. The year 2075 could be a technological paradise or a cold, calculated nightmare. It all depends on the choices we make today. If humanity learns to harness technology with ethics, to collaborate with nature instead of conquering it, the future could be a place where we live healthier, longer, more creatively, and maybe more happily. A world where diseases are decoded through genetics, where lab-grown food is clean and plentiful, where energy flows from the sun, the wind, and even the footsteps we take. You won't have to sit in traffic, wait in line at the bank, or fear running out of water, electricity, or opportunity. You might learn a new language in minutes thanks to AI that translates directly from your brain. You might speak with a digital version of your ancestors, reconstructed from stored data. You could live in a world where the idea of limits is just that, a choice. But if greed outpaces reason, if inequality remains unchecked, if technology outgrows ethics and the law, then 2075 could become a society of total surveillance, a world where privacy is obsolete, emotions are programmed, and every action is monitored by algorithms. A world where you can't exist unless you're granted tech access, where people aren't killed by weapons, but deleted from the system with a single command. A world where personal will can be mistaken for system error. You might still be alive in that future, but you may not live as a free human being. Every decision you make today, whether you recycle or not, whether you teach kids to think critically or memorize facts, whether you choose to connect or isolate, whether you control technology or let it control you, each one builds the world of tomorrow. You don't need to be an inventor, a leader, or an astronaut to shape 2075. You only need to realize that you're already a part of it. You'll be a witness to an era with no precedent in human history. You'll watch as the world gains the power to redefine what it means to be human, not just through machines, but through how we choose to live together. You'll be the one to tell future generations that once we stood at a crossroads, and we chose a path that led us forward. So the final question isn't, what will 2075 look like? It's, who will we be in that world?